Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Saklesmiles. I'm here to show you guys how to make the most, and I do mean the most, money back on your taxes from doing Amazon, Instacart, Shipt, whatever. Stay tuned. Okay, so as we all know, when you do gig economy jobs like Doordash, Instacart, Amazon, or Shipt, we don't pay federal or state taxes. The money just goes directly to our bank accounts. We're not required to pay anything. So we all know that at the end of the year, when it's time to do our taxes, we have to pay back big. But no, you do not have to pay back big. And I'm going to tell you why. Amazon, Shipt, Instacart, whatever, does not reimburse you for four things: gas on your car, mileage on your car, maintenance on your car, registration insurance on your car. You do not get reimbursed for these four things when you do any of these gig economy driving jobs. So this is how you're going to get back money on your taxes from using your own car to deliver whatever it is: people, food, groceries, whatever. The first thing that you should do, if you remember, if you don't, it's okay, but if you remember, at the beginning of the year, I know it's already February now, January already passed, but at the beginning of the year, just on a piece of paper, write down your mileage. That's it. Just write down your mileage, tape it up on a piece of paper to your desk or something, just so you have it. January 1st, my mileage was blah, blah, blah. Also, keep track of how much gas you spend. So, and keep track of this on a weekly basis, because that's really what they want to know, how much gas you're filling up on a weekly basis. So if you're filling up your tank twice a week, then keep track that on a weekly basis. And it takes about $50 to fill your tank. Keep track on a weekly basis that your tank takes about $100 to fill weekly, which is $5,200 at the end of the year. Also, if you remember, keep track of your maintenance. So this includes simple things like oil changes and inspection stickers. You get this done about probably oil changes, I think it's about once every 3 months for the average person. Keep track of this. This all adds up, and this all can be deducted at the end of the year with your taxes. I'm going to tell you why. The average person usually re-registers their car about once every 2 years or something like that, and it's probably about $35. Or renews their license once every 5 years, that's another $35. Keep track of that. You're gonna see how we're gonna add this all up. This is all adding up. You're gonna see at the end of the year. You'll see. Also, the most important thing to keep track of, if you can. If you cannot, it's okay. I'll explain later if you can't keep track of these things. But if you can, the most important thing to keep track of is if you go through tolls or anything like that where you have to pay money to get on a certain highway in your state, keep track of those things, because those things are expensive and it don't make sense that you're charging us to drive on the roads that we already pay our taxes for in the first place. But whatever, keep track of those things, those tolls and things that you have to pass, to get on major highways and things in your state, because those add up too. Those can get up to like $2 or $3 sometimes every time you pass. So if if you're delivering to someone's house and you had to go through a toll, $3 that way, $3 back, that's already $6 that you didn't even get reimbursed for any of these gig economy jobs. So definitely keep track of that too. Okay, the second thing that you have to do is, when tax season does roll around the end of January, early February, check your emails, because they usually send you your tax returns pretty quickly. I got mine probably about 3 weeks into January, so that's not bad compared to like other jobs and stuff. So definitely check your emails. Now, I know for Instacart, Shipt, and Doordash, those tax returns are going to come in an email from a place called Stripe. 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 Look out for emails from Stripe. At first, I did not know that they were going to send out tax returns through this company, Stripe, until my mother had told me. I mean, like, I don't really check emails from Instacart and Shipt, you know, those regular emails and newsletters that they send out, or basic drive-in stuff or tips or whatever that they always send you every couple of days in your emails. I usually just ignore those. So I did not get the heads up that they were going to send me my tax returns through my email. So just look out for that. But also, if you do not get your tax returns in your email, you will get them in the mail eventually. So they came in my email first. I was able to download the form and screenshot it on my phone so I have it so I can file my taxes, or print them out so I can file my taxes. But if you don't get them in your email, they will come in the mail. Mine came in the mail probably about 3 weeks after I got them in my email. So about mid-February, that's when mine came in the mail. So either or, doesn't matter. They'll send them both ways just in case if you didn't get one or the other. But I do know for Amazon, that tax return will be in your app. So check the app. And if you don't see it in your app, you can call customer service for Amazon Flex. Okay, so tax season rolls around. It's time to file your taxes. So you're putting in all your general information if you're filing your taxes on your own, or if you're not, if you go to see somebody to file your taxes, they're putting the information in for you. So once you get to the income part, this is where it hurts. It definitely hurts. When you get to the income part, you're putting in all your Shipt income or your Instacart income, Amazon income, you didn't pay no taxes. They ask you the question, how much did you pay on your state? 0. How much did you pay on your federal? 0. And then, you know, the little box at the top when you do file your own taxes, there's a little box at the top that says your refund so far. You're going to see that number drop like crazy. It will drop like crazy, especially if you do 4 or 5 gig economy jobs like myself. So, you know, you're putting in your taxes, that number is dropping and dropping and dropping. Next thing you know, you're in the negatives. Now you're owing and owing and owing, and that number is going back up, but it's going back up in the red, not in the green, because now you're owing. That's okay. Don't panic. I promise you, don't panic. The next step is coming. The next step is brighter. The grass is greener on the other side. You will see how that number will go back up in your favor. Deductions is around the corner. I repeat, deductions is around the corner. It's okay. I know it hurts. It hurts to see that number drop, but we getting there. Don't worry. Just keep watching. I'm gonna show you how. All right, so we have reached deductions. Now we're trying to think of all things in our head. Let's see, did I donate to any charity? Let's see what did I do this year? I know I did a lot this year with deductions because I made all this money and I don't see none of it in my bank account. So now we're thinking about all of our deductions and stuff. So the number one deduction that a lot of people that do gig economy jobs, delivery drivers, Uber, Lyft, Amazon, Instacart, Shipt, whatever, a lot of things that they don't think about is that you can deduct all this stuff from your car. A car is a number one expense in people's lives, especially when it comes to maintenance, changing tires, oil changes, whatever, gas, whatever. Wear and tear on your car. A car is a number one expense. So this is how you will deduct money from your taxes with your car, just from being a delivery driver. There will be a question in your taxes when you do your own taxes that says, are you an independent contractor? So besides all your income stuff, you know, all your regular jobs, they already know all that stuff. But they'll ask you, are you an independent contractor? You are going to say, yes, I am an independent contractor. I am self-employed. You are going to say yes. When they ask you, your job title, which is usually the next question, you just put delivery driver. That's it. Delivery driver. You ain't lying. You as a delivery driver. Even though you're already putting all your income from Shipt and Amazon and stuff, you're still a delivery driver. You use your own car. So that's the next question that's going to ask you. Do you use your own car? You are going to say yes. You are going to say, do you get reimbursed from so-and-so and so, whatever, for using your car? You are going to say, no, I do not get reimbursed. And then that's when they're going to ask you questions about the wear and tear on your car, the mileage, everything, etc. They're going to ask you if you use your car for business use or personal use. You know, you're going to hit both. I use my car for both. And always remember, you get no reimbursement from the company. You are not lying. It is true. You get no reimbursement from the company. Those payments that Instacart and Shipt and whatever pay you are just payments for your labor. That is it. Don't think that these payments include your gas, your mileage, blah, blah. Yeah, they do pay you more for when you drive further away and stuff like that. But no, they're paying you for your time. They're not paying you for the gas and the mileage, because the payments will be a whole lot bigger. So, therefore, they do not reimburse you. They do not reimburse you. Always remember that. So there's two methods to deduct your car maintenance, gas, mileage, all that from your taxes. There's two methods. The first method is the actual expenses method. The second method is the standard mileage method. Don't remind me. I got my notes down here, okay? Don't mind me. You know, taxes aren't my expertise, so I just need to write these things down. Okay, so you have the actual expenses mileage versus the standard mileage. So it's going to ask you which one you want to choose. So on TurboTax, I know it says weigh your options. It doesn't say weigh your options, but it says I'd rather let me decide on my own, or whatever the button is. So I click on that. On the actual expenses mileage, you will have to itemize everything and write down everything. So this means the start of the miles, that when the year first started, how many miles did you have? How much gas do you spend? You have to itemize everything. Write down how much gas you spend weekly in there. And then they ask you registration on your car. Do you spend any other expenses on your car? Maintenance. They asked you gas, mileage. What else do they ask you? I think there was a question about snacks. You know, if you want to get your little snacks deducted when you do your deliveries, if you're snacking in the car while you're driving like me, go right ahead, do you. And then, so that is the actual expenses method. So once you put all that in, and then you hit submit, the next page is going to show you what they estimate their standard mileage method. So their standard mileage method is already pre-calculated on average per person, because when you tell them your car make and your car model, you will need to put all that in with your taxes too. They just have a estimated, oh, this person should have spent this much mileage and gas a year, whatever. But I just always like to run through the actual mileage method, because actual expenses, because you don't know what I do. You don't know how much I drive. Mind your business. So that's why I like to compare it first, just in case if my actual expenses are more expensive, or I'm getting back more money compared to my standard mileage method. I just want to make sure first. So they let you run through all that first, instead of just going straight and picking the standard method and letting them decide how much you use on your car. So after you itemize all your expenses in the actual expenses method, the next step, they will say, okay, we see that you are going to get back from what you inputted and what you told us of what the wear and tear on your car, gas mileage, etc. on your car. You are going to get back, you will be able to deduct, let's just say $8,000 on your taxes from what you told us about your car. And then they'll say versus, or you could choose the standard mileage method, is what we calculate and estimate on what you're going to get back on your car. Not from what you told us, but what we estimate should be. So sometimes, this is where you need to decide. Sometimes, actually, it ain't a hard decision. Pick the one with the most money that you're getting back. What am I talking about? But sometimes the standard mileage method is more money than the actual expenses method. So even though you put all that shit in and they're like, oh, but we want to give you this, which is $5,000 more deduction on your taxes. I'm like, all right, pick that method. Who else? Why would you pick the actual mileage method? That actual expenses, that doesn't make sense. So obviously pick the one with the most money. But if you're putting in a lot of money on your actual mileage expenses, then obviously, and it comes out that the standard one, they were going to give you a whole lot less money from what you actually, spent on your car for the whole entire year, then stick with your actual mileage expenses. So every year you could decide which one you want to go with. But I always say, I feel like it's smart to always just do the actual mileage expenses just in case. I know they're estimating it for you, but they don't know you. They don't know how much you drove your car. They don't know how much gas you spend on your car, blah, blah. You did a lot of deliveries. We worked really hard. We have a lot of wear and tear on our car. So we need to just compare those two prices first. So do both. Don't just skip to the standard mileage method. Do both, just in case. Just in case. We want to get the most money back. So once you pick this self-employed, independent contractor, once you add this job to your taxes, you will be able to put in all this mileage stuff. So just make sure you need to choose that option. Besides your regular job and Shipt and all that stuff, and you put in all that income, on the deductions part, you need to put that you are a self-employed, independent contractor. You have to put that. You have to put that in order to be able to go into these steps to deduct this money from your taxes. If you don't put that you're self-employed, they won't give you this option at all. So you need to do that because you are self-employed. I don't care if Shipt hired you. I don't care if Instacart hired you, Amazon hired you, whoever. You are self-employed. Because that's what they put on their commercials, right? Oh, be your own boss. Set your own schedule. Work when you want. All that little things that they be advertising on their commercials to get you to work for them. You are still self-employed. That's what they're advertising, that you're going to be self-employed, right? So that's what you need to claim on your taxes. So doing this method, you will be able to get back. I've heard stories of people getting back thousands, not thousands, but like a good, they would start in the negatives. Like, for instance, they would be in like -800 that they have to owe to the federal. And then after doing this method, independent contractor, self-employed, after doing this method, they were getting back like $2,000 just for doing this. So I wish that I had found out about this sooner, because then I myself would have done this last year before. So because I'm now finding out, I wanted to share this information with you guys, my subscribers, because you guys know I'm all about finance, saving money, investing, making money, whatever. I'm all about it. So budgeting, everything. I'm all about it. So when I find out things, I'm very resourceful. When I find out things, I like to let you guys know. So make sure and subscribe, follow my page, because you will learn a lot and you will save a lot of money. As you can see on my page, I'm always doing videos about gig economy jobs. I'm always doing do-it-yourself things, saving money things, tips. You will save. You will save and you will reach any goal that you have in life. Alright guys, I hope this video was very informative. I hope you learned a lot. Comment down below if you have any questions. And I guess stay tuned for the next video with Sakle Smiles. Bye.